Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game, I'm playing a free-for-all match on the map All That Glitters and starting in the bottom middle position, playing as the Soviets. And what you might notice if you're looking at the ore is it's only a 5k ore start. So I'm going to have to be very conservative here at the start with infantry, and I'm only going to be producing 5. And it's just really for base protection to stop other scouts getting in. I'm not going to be too worried about scouting at this position. I already know that there are 8 players in this game, and so all places are going to be occupied. And I'm going to be producing my ore refinery and getting my wall factory out straight away. Send my ore truck to the ore that's close. And as you can see, most of you know this map very well because it's one of the most played maps. It's all that glitters, where all the map is covered in ore except for the starting positions, such as where my base is at the moment. And I'm going to be getting my war factory out. Usually I would go for a second ore refinery a second war factory straight away. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not actually going to build straight away, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait to get some ore trucks out. And this isn't, I do this because if I try and build an ore refinery straight away, basically what happens is I run out of ore and then it delays getting more ore trucks out. And I really need these ore trucks out to be collecting ore as quickly as possible. And I am starting in the bottom middle position. Now, usually if you start in the middle position, it is very, very difficult, because what happens is you've got the other teams in the middle, which are very close to your base, and you've also got the outside teams that tend to attack the middle positions as well. So it does make it very, very difficult sometimes starting from this place. And as you can see, as soon as the ore trucks are produced, I'm just making sure I guide them to the ore just in front of my base. Because what sometimes happens if you don't guide them as they come out of the war factory is they'll go right around and they'll take ore from the side of the base, which is a long way away. Because you can actually see the closest ore to that war factory will be just to the left. But for the ore trucks, they'll have to go right up to the top and then right round to the left to get to it. So it's not very efficient from the travel point of view. And what I'm doing is I'm just trying to sort of get rid of the ore around my base so I can get good positions to place my next ore refineries and also war factories and other buildings. And now you can see I've got my second war factory out, which is needed because you can see my ore is very, very high. So we'll see how my ore does producing with 2 war factories. I do have a feeling I'm going to be able to go onto my 3rd war factory very quickly in this game. Now, I haven't really optimised the 5k start. I don't really, because it's not one that's played that often, so I'm sort of like just going by the feel here. If you can see, I've got like loads of ore, and if you've got loads of ore, what it means is you should be building more war factories, which is exactly what I'm going to do at this point. I'm just going to need to produce a power plant first. It's very, very important to keep up on the power, because if you get low power, you will have a slower building speed. And you can see there's some movement on the map. You can see green looks like they're in action. And I've just gone to the right side of my base to do a bit of scouting, and you can see cyans there. Judging from the build order, they're not going to be too much of a threat, hopefully. And you can see green's pulling back now. And you can see the tanks are still in good health, so I don't know if they've had to have a fight or not. Because you can see the tanks are very healthy. What might have happened is I might have gone up there and seen that there was already a fight going on and thought, okay, I'm just going to hang back. There's no point in having a needless fight or getting involved if 2 other teams are fighting. It does look like there's been some attacks around the base, but that could have been just a scout going in. It might have been my scout, actually, that got destroyed there as I sent it in. It does look like it was sort of like in that position. And now I'm producing my service depot. Now, on All That Glitters, a service depot is very important because it allows you to produce multiple MCVs, which is very important because it increases your building speed. And you can see it looks like green are doing okay at the moment. They look like they're in a good position. You can see there's purple up above me, and what I'm glad is that purple don't seem to be expanding towards me. And you can see Pink there. Pink look like they're in quite big trouble. It looks like they've had like an attack quite early on, and you can see them bringing troops to the top middle position. There's a Tesla coil there, so I'll just keep well away from that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this water factory and put it in right at the bottom of my base, possibly, or to the top. I think I'll do the bottom because I can use the top for other things, where my MCVs are. Right, so what I need to be doing all the time is I need to be producing ore refineries. And you can see my ore situation is very, very good at the moment, which means I have plenty of ore to produce these, to produce buildings more quickly. I've also got 4 war factories now, so my tank production is going to be much, much faster. And I'm just trying to find a good place for these MCVs at the moment. One thing to note though is that the ore regrowth speed on this is set to 9, which is quite unusual for an all that glitters match. Usually they set the ore speeds to lower. So you can see we're having a bit of trouble here placing my buildings in my base, and you can see green are starting to gather up on the edge of my base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in for the attack. I'll take the initiative. And you can see at the moment they haven't noticed yet, and I'm getting to take out a lot of tanks, and it's not going well for green at the moment. They haven't noticed, and now they're starting to pull back, but they have lost a good number of tanks there, and that's the danger about placing your tanks right next to your opponent's base. It gives them the initiative to attack, and that was probably a little bit of a mistake from green. Now green's in a bad position at the moment. They're sort of right like round the cliffs, and as you can see they're just filtering tanks in, and my tank mass is together, and that's going to make a big difference at this stage of the game. And it looks like green aren't doing too well. The tank numbers are a bit low, and it's starting to look better for me. We can see red sending a tank down, and I think that's more of a scouting tank because I haven't got any other tanks following up. And you can see green is starting to build Tesla coils at the moment, and that's going to be a bit of a nuisance for me because Tesla coils do a lot of damage. And you can see green's actually doing a smart thing here. He's placed his Tesla coils back, and what that means is it's much harder for my tanks to attack them because I have to like send them like right through their tanks, and they will be damaged in the process. What I am going to go for is I am going to go for some ore truck kills, and that's going to hurt green's economy. You can see he's got quite a number of ore trucks out at the moment, so I think that's the second 2 ore trucks at least, and I'm going to go for a third ore truck there, and almost a 4th. And we're going to get that 4th ore truck. I can get the ore refineries as well, and a 4th ore truck is gone, so that will hurt green's economy. And as you can see, I'm just going to have to destroy some Tesla coils at the moment, but that hit to green's economy is going to make it very hard for him to produce both tanks and Tesla coils. At the moment, I am on. Ooh, and you can see I'm having a hard time placing that ore refinery at the moment. Which is a bit of a nuisance because you can see I am very low on ore, and producing from 4 war factories does take up a lot of ore. I'm just going to have to wait for my ore trucks to clear some more patches away, and in the ideal world I would be micromanaging them at the moment, but that's very hard to do when you're fighting another opponent. And you can see I'm taking out some more ore trucks at the bottom of his base, and that's going to make it very hard for green to come back from this. And I think this is a one-way ticket at the moment, but green still has a chance, because in a free-for-all match what can always happen is I could be attacked by another player at any time, and you don't have any allies in games like this. And you can see he's had to sell that construction yard. You could see it was going to go, and he's got a Tesla coil there, but you can see he just doesn't have the tanks to defend at the moment. And you can see that Cyan's building a few troops at the other side of my base. So the question is Cyan going to attack me or before I can defeat green? Or am I going to be able to defeat green before Cyan can attack? It sort of became a case of now, all to do with timing. I need to get this done as quickly as possible. But you can see green is putting up a good fight. He's got a few tanks left, and these tanks are going to run out, so I'm going to just pull back and group back up.
Unit lost. Building.
And you can see Cyan's building more and more tanks there. And that's going to be bad news for me. And what I'm going to be doing is, while I'm fighting with green, is I'm going to be sending my ore trucks to the other side of my base. And you can see green's only got one ore refinery left, it would appear. And that's made it very hard for green because... And you can see he's bringing his tanks down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my tanks across to where his ore trucks are. And that's going to... So I'm just killing all his remaining ore trucks. And that's a big, big problem for green. I think he realises that it's quite sort of over right now. And we can see a green troop. I think he's actually going to my base. Right, so I'm going to bring my tanks back to my base because I can easily defend this. I've got a Tesla coil there. I'm going to place another Tesla coil at my base. And that's going to make it very easy for me to defend against this number of heavy tanks. Especially with tanks of my own. And you can see he's being taken out. And I'll just start fixing that Tesla coil. And you can see I'm running a bit low on ore at the moment as well. So I'm going to have to build that back up. And you can see he's bringing tanks up north. I think he's just having a look at what's going on in the other parts of the map. So I'm going to bring some tanks across. And I'm going to bring some tanks to the bottom of his base. And it makes it impossible for green to defend with the number of tanks he's got at the moment. And this is going to be surely a good game in a matter of moments. But as you can see, Cyan are building more tanks. They've got more tanks on that gap. But they're still not attacking. So it's going well, looking good for me at the moment. I just need to be able to finish this off. And then I can bring these tanks back to my base. And I will be safe for the time being. I think Cyan's quite a new player because most players in this position would destroy my base. And you can see green is selling up. And that is good game for green. And they're out of the game. And we could breathe a bit of a sigh of relief. As I'm just placing another thing there, another power plant, and I've been very lucky in this position with having green on the right side of my base. No, Cyan, I mean on the right side of my base. And I'm going to produce some. I can place some Tesla coils down now. I'm going to delete these, sell these ore refineries because I don't really need them much anymore. Because I'm not doing too much mining on the right side. Since the army of Saigan is stood there. And this gives me a great opportunity at the moment. As we know, I've just defeated green to the left of me. And the team to the top left of me were also defeated. And it also seems that purple were out of the base, which were to the top right of me. So Cyan are the only team close to me at the moment. And it just gives me a bit of a chance, a breather at the moment, to start building up, to start improving my economy. And you can see my economy seems to be getting going again. And yeah, I'm just producing these power plants. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell this middle ore truck because I don't really want ore, the ore refinery, because I don't really want ore trucks delivering to that middle one. And yeah, I just need to get a patch for this. I've got a patch there. I could also take it down to the bottom left if I wanted to, because there's plenty of blank space there. Usually at this point in the game, you would have built up a lot. I would have built up a lot more, but it's been a bit of a hectic game dealing with green. But you can see I'm building up my tank numbers now, and if not before long, I'm going to go on the attack. You can see my ore situation is pretty good at the moment, and it's going to give me the opportunity to produce some Tesla coils and just work on defending my base a little bit better. And you can see that Tesla coil taking out some of Cyan's tanks, and yeah, he doesn't seem to have noticed there. There is certainly no movement, and it looks like my tank numbers are probably getting better now. And I'm going to go on the attack quite soon, because what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to use the ore on the right side of my base as well as the left side of my base. One of the big things on this map is getting map control. The more map of the map you control, the more ore you control, and the more tanks you can build, the more ore that you have. So it's really important to get as much control as possible. And you can see I've built quite a number of ore refineries. I'm in a much better position than I was when I finished with green. And now we can see we're going on the attack. We don't know if Cyan's got any more. but it looks like he's quite stationary at the moment, and that's very good for us because tanks that don't move around are easier to hit and easier to destroy more quickly. You can see Saigan's bringing in some reinforcements, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Well, it's definitely not going to be enough, and you can see we've got a good number of tanks, and Saigan doesn't stand a chance in this game. And we've cleared the right side of the map. I'm pretty certain we're going to be able to quite easily take this over. And now I'm able to produce some more ore refineries on the right side of my base. And that's going to help ensure that I keep up my tank production, and also I'm able to produce Tesla coils where needed. And you can see Saigan has tapped out, but what I see emerging at the top of my base is orange ore trucks. And it looks like there's red ore trucks there as well, so it looks like they're starting to progress to the bottom of the map. The good thing is, though, at the bottom of the map, I've still got plenty of ore left. Right, so you can see it's a three-way battle at the moment. We've got orange, we've got red, and we've got me. The thing is, red and orange are both at the top of the map, and I'm at the bottom of the map. So as long as they don't team up, I'm in a very good position at the moment. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start producing these ore silos, and I'm going to be expanding to the top part of that middle part, you know, that middle, like, I don't know what you'd call it, like the island or whatever. But what we want to do is we want to take our ore silos across to the hills, I guess we can call them hills. And we're going to be producing Tesla coils and that's going to cause a big problem on the other side, and it's going to help us secure the ore in the middle, because as I said, it's all about map control and controlling these ore patches. And what I don't want happening is I don't want other players to be taking the ore close to my base, because that's the ore I want to take. And you can see we're starting to place the Tesla coils there, and the other teams are going to notice. Now I do wonder if they're going to just go on a full-on attack on me. So I am going to have to stay around my base. And you can see Saigan, orange is taking too much ore close to my base. So I'm going to deal with those ore trucks now. I've killed quite a number here, and we're just clearing them out of the game. And you can see also my Tesla coils are firing now on trucks that are coming near. So it looks like those ore trucks are going to have to go further north, and that keeps them away from my base. And you can see red's also got ore trucks quite close. So it's about now it's just about securing map control. And you can see red are building some tanks, and orange are out the game. So it's just me and red at the moment. And you can see red is immediately going on the offensive. Red's going on the attack. He's destroyed one of my ore trucks, and I've got other ore trucks there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and back my tanks up with Tesla coils. And it looks like I've got maybe the better numbers here. Especially with Tesla coils, if this with the Tesla coils helping, it looks like I'm going to be able to push red back. And red are in trouble, they're in big trouble at the moment. You can see my ore production's good. And I think red is struggling for more, because I think the ore's been taken from the top part of the map. Because obviously there was that part of the game where I wasn't mining very much, because I was fighting with green and didn't have time to advance my economy. And Saigan were quite a new player, it appeared, and they weren't able to make best use of the ore at that part of the map. So it looks like the other team, red's struggling for ore, whereas I've got quite a lot near my base. And you can see those ore trucks going to the middle. There must have been about 10 there, and they're just getting taken out as soon as they approach on that ore patch. And you can see now we're pushing into the nearer the base. And you can see it's absolutely bare. And we're just securing this control of the, obviously the top middle part of the map. Or the top middle part of the map that contains ore anyhow. But you can see the red is starting to mine. It's very close to my base, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start crawling with our Tesla coils to that part of the map. Yeah, and you can see red are in a very difficult position now. They've had to mine a lot of ore early on. And they've got lots of war factories, it appears, but I don't think they're going to have enough ore to be able to produce efficiently from them. And you can see now we're starting to take out the buildings, and this is looking very good for us. And I can't see any way that red can really come back. They don't have much defending a base because they've just been focusing on producing tanks all this time. And that's probably the right thing to do because Tesla coils can't move. But they are very good for defending all patches, as you can see. And you can yeah, what you can see, I mean, Red, judging by how many war factories, they must have had about 6 or 7 war factories producing. And that's why they had so many, and had loads of ore trucks, so they maybe were able to sustain that. But at the moment, you can see we're able to take them out now, and there's no way that Red are going to come back from this. They're now having to send ore trucks through my base to get ore, and my Tesla Crulls are just going to be able to pick them off. And you can see Red are selling off, and they've called it a day. So I was very lucky in that game. For starting from the middle, I did manage to keep out of trouble early on, which was very, very lucky. A lot of good teams seemed to attack each other. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.